Hi guys, welcome to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. We do everything City, past and present here on these little vlogs, so I do try and inform and entertain, and there's some links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter where I do post loads of City stuff. So if you follow a friend me on there, I do check every few days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you do get a chance, please have a check out my film and TV channel as well, which I try and inform and entertain on there, and all the latest films and TV drama here in the UK and from around the world. So if you can check that out, that will be fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoy today's feature. Welcome to the Odd Shows. We look forward to the visit to the Amex. Yes, the Amex Stadium, Brighton versus Manchester City. My very first visit. I'm going to go on, I'll be there on Saturday for this one. My very first, I've been to the Goldstone Ground, but this will be my very first visit to the Amex Stadium. So let's fingers crossed it all goes well. So yeah, the Odd Show, 23rd of October 2021. We're playing them a 5:30 p.m. kickoff, so it'll be on nice and early hours of the morning once that finishes, of course. Yes, so interesting. Yes, some more money in the bank for the charity bet. Yes, I split the bet last week. I haven't this week. I've only just got one solid bet this week, but we split it last week, and the both teams to score came in. I did have it for 2-1 for City, but slightly out, wasn't it? I got the one bit right. It was just obviously 5-1 against Brugge, wasn't it? But there you go. At least we got some more with both teams score, and we've got some more in the pot for the charity. So it's going really well. I think that's probably the past 5 games on the trot we've probably won on now. I can't, something like that anyway. So onwards and upwards. Right, of course, there'll always be a City lead into this, especially against Brighton. I mean, Brighton, it'll be an interesting game. I think they're playing quite well. I can't see there being loads of goals, but hopefully we can breach their stern defence. They've done very well. I think they played 8 games and only letting 5 goals so far. So obviously the chance of us getting a bucket full seems fairly low, but you never know. Let's see how it goes, and obviously the odds reflect that today on this. But there'll be a City leading, of course. I've not seen much value on Brighton, to be honest with you, and I don't know too much about the players for goal scorers and stuff, so I've sort of left that a bit today, to be honest with you. Please, I don't condone gambling anyway. And when the fun stops, stop. Only bet what you can afford. And if you do find yourself having problems or in trouble, please reach out. There's plenty of organisations. Give me a shout. I can put you in touch with a relevant organisation if you are having problems. But I do this for a little bit of interest, and as I said, more importantly for this charity bet. Now, I don't actually put any. Well, I have done occasionally, but all I do now for bet wise is put the charity bets on. I don't actually do it for any personal gain. It's just to try and get some money for the charities. And as you know, any losses I make, I cover, and I just put the profits in a sort of tub, ready to dish out at the end of the season. So there you go. So say there is help out there if you do find yourself struggling. But I just do this for a little bit of extra interest, and it's nice to know that I've got, if I do get a win, it's going to a charity. Yeah, right. Let's check out some value then on this Brighton City game. All these prices are at the 20th of October 2021 at 12 noon. They don't alter that much over time. You may get some better stuff added, etc., etc. But obviously, I always record these 2 or 3 days before, but they don't alter that much. Yeah, odds to win the league. City are still odds on. They're still 10 to 11 to win the league. Brighton, although they're in 4th spot, just below us, they're 500 to 1. So the bookies aren't expecting them to do a Leicester City and go top and stay there, really, let's be honest about it. Even if you look at the top 6 finish, I think they're about 9 for 10 favourites to finish top 6. I mean, obviously, they can carry on this sort of form for the season. They'll do all right, but you can get 5 to 1 on Brighton to actually finish in the top 6. The match odds themselves, as ever, a little bit restricted. Not the lowest on City. We're 4 to 11 on to win this game, so not the lowest price I've ever seen on City. I don't. But having said that, I think Brighton are a good team. I don't think they're giving you much value in that anyway. A draw's an interesting one. I don't really want it to be a draw, but that's 4 to 1 with Betfred. You can get on that, and if you do fancy a Brighton when they won last year, don't forget. Although we were down to 10 men through our own fault, but they did beat us 3-2 last year, if you remember rightly, and that was only back in May. That was at the end of last season, of course. So that's 15 to 2 for a Brighton win. That's on Sky. So you fancy Brighton doing that again to us? And say we've not got the greatest record at Brighton, to be honest with you. So that could be it. I mean, I've got the record here. Yeah, we played played 11, I think now. Yeah, total at Brighton, obviously Goldstone Ground and Amex. Played 11, won 5, drawn 2, and lost 4. So, and just scored 20 goals and 16 against. So, yeah, not masses of goals, either. So that'll come into it, of course, later on. Right, the basis of this, my team I'm going for is basically the team that played against Bruges. I was playing with swapping Mahrez over, but he has played well against Brighton before, hasn't he? So I'm sort of instinctive to keep Mahrez in anyway, and Pep will give him another chance. And we don't know what position he's on Jesus anyway. We know obviously Torres is out, but that's the only real options apart from, say, bringing someone like Gundogan back into the team, which I can't see as a very positive option. He's more midfield. I want something a bit more up front. So I think Mahrez will keep his place. So basically, the team we're going for is Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Laporte. I've got to assume Stone still isn't available anyway. Cancelo, Rodri, Bernardo, KDB, Foden, Grealish, and Mahrez. As I said, I'm assuming they all come out of the Bruges game fine. They'll all be fit for that, but obviously you don't really know that till nearer the time. Right, first goal scorer. Yeah, if you look at the guys I think are playing, Mahrez is 11-2 with 365, as is Phil Foden. He's generally 11-2 with a few bookies. KDB's 13-2 with Paddy Power and Betfred Sports. So that's it. Betfair Sports, sorry. Betfair Sports. So that's okay. Yeah, we're back to KDB in a minute. Grealish is 15-2 on Bet365, and Bernardo's 10s at 365 as well. But as I say, Brighton are not the greatest scorer, so I'll leave them out of that equation if you like. But let's go for this anytime goal scorer. This is where my only bet of the day is going to be, because there's just something too good to miss, really, in my opinion. Foden is 2-1 with Paddy Power and Betfair Sports. Won't put you off that. Grealish is 23-10. Yeah, be keen to put his detractors down. He's getting 1 or 2 at the moment. I don't know why. I think he's playing okay, to be honest with you. He's 23-10 with Paddy Power and Betfair Sports as well. KDB is 2-1 with Sky. Anything 2-1 plus is always nice, isn't it? And KDB, yeah, he's not in the greatest form, but I do expect him to start hitting some form. Bernardo is what's Bernardo is 11-5 with Sky and Bet Victor 11-5, so he's a bit more than 2-1, but that's not a bad price either. But I'm going to go my only one bet this week. I'm not going to split the charity bet. I'm just going to go full hog. So keep your fingers crossed for me. I've got 23-10 with Smarkets for KDB to be an anytime goal scorer. So it doesn't matter when he scores, but I'm hoping. Although he had a dreadful first half against Bruges, he did start to put a nice couple of balls in towards the end of that first half, and then he put a nice couple of balls in at the start of the second half before he was hooked by Pep, of course. So, yeah, why not? Why not? I'm gonna be positive and rely on Mr. KDB to win as a charity bet this week. So that's 23-10 with Smarkets, anytime goal scorer. Yeah, both teams to score. Yeah, I would edge on City keeping a clean sheet in this one. I say, although they haven't let many goals in, they don't score many goals either. They've literally scored 8 in 8 games, so they're averaging 1 a game. So the bookies reflect that. No is 7-10 on, and with 365 and Hills, and you can get yes at 21-20. But yeah, I mean, I would say both teams to score. No, but you don't know, do you? It could be, but that's an interesting one anyway. Correct scores, yeah. Again, is there going to be loads of goals? This is the thing. Everyone's thinking there won't be, but as I say, if we can get 1 or 2 goals early on, you don't know. It might be a little bit of an avalanche, and the Brighton, this solid defence of Brighton seems to have this season might suddenly collapse, in a heap. City to win 1-0, you can get 2-0 is 6s with Bet Victor and 365, so that's 1-0 and 2-0. If you fancy a 3-0, 10-1 with Bet Victor, a 4-0, 18-1 with Hills and 365. Fancy a closer game, 2-1, that's 17-2 with Bet Victor 365, and a 3-1 win for City's 12-1. So yeah, it's a good stay. We've not had a 3. I don't think we've had a 3-1 yet this season. It's always a popular bet. A 0-0 draw is 12-1 with Hills. If you fancy it to be a board draw, if you fancy a 1-1, that's 19-2 with Bet Victor. And generally, it's 22-1 for a 2-2 draw. And if you fancy that Brighton win that they did last season on us, a 3-2 win for Brighton, well, you can get 90-1 at Bet Victor, 90-1. So if you fancy that history repeating itself, there you go. Half-time, full-time, yeah, I've got to think City Hampton. That's the best price, 65 with 365. A draw in City, yeah, again, feasible. That's 31-10 with Bet Victor. So, yeah, I mean, you could Dutch them, but you're not going to make any, you're literally not going to make too much if you Dutch them pennies, so it's not probably worth the effort. A draw and a draw is 365 with Sky. Sorry, a draw on a draw is 3-1 as well with Sky. Brighton to win first half, be winning at half time, and City to turn it round and win at full time is 25-1 with Bet Victor. But yeah, possible, but we don't seem to get many games like that at the moment. I think we have improved. We have gone behind and won games, but we don't get many games like that. Goals over unders an unusual one, isn't it? I mean, the bookies are favouring a low scoring game with this because over 2.5, they're giving you 5-6. So if there's 3 goals in a game, 5-6 not a bad price. I do like that, to be honest with you. But over 3.5, there you go, 11-5 with 365. So that's even better. But the bookies think it's going to be a low scoring thing. They think it's going to be 0-0, 1-0, 1-1 because under 2.5 is evens. You can get evens on Bet365 and Bet Victor, but I am hoping for over 2.5, over 3.5 perhaps, but mainly in City's favour, of course. Winning margin's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, I couldn't get anything on with the exchange with this. I might have split my bet and had to go on this, to be honest with you. But a 1-goal winning margin for City's 5-2 with Bet365. A 2-goal is 10-3 with Sky, and a 3-goal winning margin is 6-1 with Betfair Sports. Cards, yeah, that's an interesting. We've not done cards for a while. I mean, don't forget we had a red card last year, didn't we? So we had 2 yellows, and I think there's another couple of bookings as well. So, but if you fancy that free cards in the game, that's 8-11. That's not too bad. That's not a bad price. It's not usually a feisty affair, but as I said, it can be brightness. You don't think of it like that, and obviously the refs are being a bit meaner on it. Well, they're not as flourishing the cards as much, are they? But that's still not bad over 2.5, 8-11. But if you fancy under 2.5, so just 1 or 2 bookings, you can get evens. But I think you're taking a risk if you do that one. And the last thing I just looked at, as I say, I'm quite hopeful that we'll keep a clean sheet. So obviously, I just looked at City clean sheet. If you fancy the City clean sheet, it's not a bad price. It's 10-11. So again, nearly odds again. It's obviously not quite, but 10-11. You put a pound on, you get £1.91p back, don't you? So that's not too bad at all. So there you go. There's this week's odd show. Let me know if there's anything you're having to go on, and please keep your fingers crossed for my KDB to score anytime goal score if you can do that, as long as he doesn't mess around with your bets. Give the fingers crossed. So let's get some more for the charity. I said I've gone all in on that one, so fingers crossed it'll work. But please let me know your bets, and even if you tell me after the event, let me know if you've had a win or anything like that. That'd be fantastic. As I said, I don't condone gambling. It's just a bit of fun, guys. Just extra interest, and it does keep your interest, but. I mean, there are stages. I mean, some people obviously where you get, I used to bet with my head. I used to bet with my head rather than my heart, and it starts taking over, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, I'm not an addictive personality, so I was fine. I could just drop it, wherever I wanted. I wasn't too bothered, but I like the challenge, etc., etc. But yeah, just let me know anyway. If you just say for a bit of fun, and that's all it ever is. Most guys I know who do gamble at just normal. They just bet what they can afford, and that's it, and just have a bit of interest, And sometimes you have good wins, sometimes you have losses. That's just how it should be. But let me know what you're doing anyway. I'd really be very, very interested. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to do the rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. We meet here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps have a flit across. Please check out my film and TV channel as well. That'd be great. You can have a look on there. I try and inform and entertain as best I can on there as well. So if you can have a look at that, that'd be fantastic. But if it's not, if it's back on air, if it's back on the Citizen channel, fantastic. I can't ask for anything more, can I, really? And all I can ask till then is please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.